So it took a second to get done because I had to put in pylons. Turns out the soil in this area is dry, but it's like the sandy. I don't know. It felt like if it got wet, it would get really mucky. I've never really had this area be anything other than compacted, but I just figured if I'm going to be putting stuff over here, I look at the logs in the background, and I know that way back in the day I set them on a plastic pallet, and so obviously it's sunk a little bit. So I wanted to make sure that they would be off the ground a little bit and have room for airflow. Um, I think what I'm going to end up doing is like putting in some membrane here. Like I think I've got some like stuff meant for like uh, putting on the walls and stuff like or whatever. We'll figure it out. But anyways, put some membrane down so that it can still breathe but not be like penetrated by animals coming in. That or else I'll just skip plank it and like put another plank on top of each one of these to cover those gaps up. Um, underneath, by the way, this is not fixed to the pylons right now. There's 9 pylons in there. They're just shorts, so they're not like going 8 feet down or anything crazy. Um, but but anyways, underneath that. I think I'm gonna put down a sheet of plastic and cut it around those pylons and put a skirting on it so that it keeps it nice and dry in the winter time. Because that's kind of how the barn is built. And I figure I can replicate the barn build here in a smaller scale and make it something that'll last because that wood is not pressure treated from what I can tell. Not even really sure what it's made out of. It's pretty strong though, so I can stand on it, and it's the it's level, and I think this will be a good base. Now, like I said, I've got a lot left to do, but this was kind of a proof of concept, and so far I've got about $10 worth of, maybe a little bit more, $15 worth of cement into this so far. It would have been a lot cheaper back before 2016 when cement was $2 a bag, but even the cheap stuff's like $6 now. So, anyways, all that to say is we're going to try to use cheap material like the pallet wood. I've got a box of nails over here that I've been collecting from other projects. I'll see how many of these I can use instead of having to use new hardware. And as we pull this apart, some of these nails are galvanized, so they might be reusable as well. So anyhow, pallet wood here. We're going to bring it down to planks, maybe clean it up a little bit depending on how it looks, and then turn it into a bit of a woodshed. Trying to see if I can get like a third of a cord or maybe a little bit more into this one section. We'll see. Follow along if you like stuff like this. I'm going to keep working on it.